So welcome back again sa ating YouTube channel. Sa mga bago pa lang po sa ating YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share our video, and please hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa ating mga bagong i-upload na video. So for purposes of this video, pag-uusapan po natin ang intestate succession. So or legal succession. So, kailan po tayo nagkakaroon ng intestate succession? Okay? Nagkakaroon po tayo ng intestate succession kapag yung namatay ay walang last will and testament na iniwan. Or kung meron man siyang iniwan na last will and testament, ito ay void or inefficacy, no? Inefficacious. Okay? Or annulled. Or nawawala, lost. Or may preterition of compulsory heirs and there is no devices or legacies. Kapag sinabi natin devices, ito yung pamamanahan mo ng real property, habang ang legacy ay yung pamamanahan mo naman ng personal property. So there is a preterition of a compulsory heirs and absent of devices and legacies in the will is a ground for annulling a will kung meron man. So magre-resort tayo sa intestate succession. So doon tayo sa intestate succession. Ang pag-aaralan natin sa intestate succession ay yung rule of preference or lines, no, sa order of succession. So sa rule of preference of lines, concurrence and exclusions ng mga heirs. Rules of proximity and subject to representation. Rules of equal division subject to the rule that relatives of the full blood shall inherit double than the half blood. And of course, the barrier rule. Barrier rule with respect to illegitimate children. So pag sinabi natin proximity of relationship is determined by the number of generations. Dito lalabas yung mga degrees. Generations forms a degree. A series of degrees forms a line. Meron tayong tinatawag na direct line at collateral line. So pag sinabi nating direct line, it is constituted by series of degrees among ascendants and descendants. For example, your parents, children, and grandparents are within the direct line. The direct line is either descending, pababa, or ascending, pataas. Sa ascending line unites the head of a family who descends from him. So the ascending direct line binds a person with those from whom he descends. Ang collateral line naman, ladies and gentlemen, collateral line is constituted by the series of degrees among persons who are not ascendants and descendants, but who come from a common ancestor. So, example, yung kapatid mo, si kuya mo, si ate mo, okay? Brothers and sisters are collateral relatives and their common ancestors are your parents, are their parents. So, paano magbilang ng degrees? Degrees of relationship by consanguinity. Indirect line, ascent is made to the common ancestor. Pataas ka, bilangin mo doon, mag-umpisa ka doon. Indirect line. So, a child is 1 degree removed from the parent, 2 degrees to the grandfather, and 3 from the grandparent, 3rd degree relative. 3rd degree mo ang lolo mo. In the collateral line, akyat ka, hanapin mo yung common ancestor nyo. So, ikaw ay 2 degrees sa iyong kapatid. Okay? ikaw ay third degree sa iyong uncle. Kung bababa ka sa anak niya na pinsan mo, in layman's term, ay first degree cousin mo. Siya, in legal terms, ay fourth degree of relationship by consanguinity. By blood. So, kapag sinabi nating full blood, ito yung mga legitimate full blood relationship existing between person who have the same father and the same mother. Half blood naman kapag nag-i-exist ang isang tao who have the same father but not the same mother, or the same mother but not the same father. Illegitimate. Half brothers. Well, of course, illegitimate din yung pinanganak na the same father, the same mother, outside of a valid marriage, illegitimate. Pero dito, sa usaping mana, succession, meron tayong tinatawag na full blood at half blood. Importante po kasi i-determine kung illegitimate yung bata or legitimate yung bata. Kasi yan sa order of succession. Okay? Kasi under in our civil law, in law on succession, meron tayong orders of succession. So, legitimate children and descendants ang mauna. Legitimate parents, pataas tayo, and descendants ang susunod. Kung wala doon, illegitimate children and descendants. Surviving spouse, collateral tayo. Brothers and sisters, and or nephews and nieces, and other collateral relatives within the fifth civil degree. Kaya natin binilang kung paano, kaya natin sinabi kung paano magbilang ng degree of relationship, no? Kasi kung wala yung mga magmamana na yan, yung unang-una, legitimate children and descendants. Kung wala, pangalawa, legitimate parents and descendants. Pangatlo, illegitimate children and descendants. Pang-apat, yung asawa mo, surviving spouse. Depende yan kung concurring mamaya o hindi. Pang-lima, yung mga kapatid mo sa collateral line, mga pamangkin mo. Kasi kung wala ang mga yan, ang magmamana sa'yo, estado, the state. So, yun ang orders of succession. So, i-discuss natin isa-isa ang orders of succession. So, rule number 1. Rule number 1, kapag merong ascendants in the direct line, kapag merong magmamana in direct line, i-exclude na natin ang collateral line. Okay? Pero kasi yung si surviving spouse is collateral yan. But the surviving spouse shall concur together with the illegitimate children. Kapag mayroong direct line. Okay? Kapag may direct line kasi yan, automatic, it excludes the collateral line. Yan ang rule number 1. Rule of concurrence, however, the surviving spouse and the legitimate children shall always inherit together with either the legitimate descendants or legitimate ascendants of the decedent, yung namatay. They are not excluded by the direct line. Mga yan. Rule number 2. The direct descending line excludes the direct ascending lines. Okay? The ascendant, yung tatay mo, o yung tatay nung namatay, o yung nanay nung namatay, yung lolo o lola nung namatay, ay magmamana lang kung walang descendants sa baba, kung walang anak yung namatay. Anong epekto kung merong legitimate na tagapagmana sa baba? Descendants kasi ang tawag dito eh. Okay? Yung legitimate na tatay mo, nanay mo, or your legitimate parents, and other ascendants sa taas, and collateral blood relatives, ay hindi na magmamana sa namatay kung merong descendants sa baba, kung may anak. Ito na naman, hindi mo pwedeng tanggalin, pero yung asawa nung namatay, surviving spouse, at kung may anak na legitimate descendants, sila ang magmamana. So, sa makatuwid, In the absence of the surviving spouse and legitimate children, the entire estate shall be inherited by the legitimate descendants. Rule of concurrence, the surviving spouse and legitimate children shall inherit with the legitimate descendants. Ngayon, kung merong concurring surviving spouse, should the spouse of the decedent survive with legitimate children or descendants, the share of the surviving spouse shall be the same as the share of each of the children. So, indiviso, pro rata, equal, shall be the same, regardless of the number of the children. E paano kung merong illegitimate na anak? Yung namatay, okay? If concurring with illegitimate children, the share of each legitimate child is double than the share of an illegitimate child. For example, ang estate nung namatay, ang pera niya is 1.2 million. So, ang makukuha ng illegitimate na anak ay 200,000 pesos. Yung legitimate na yan and walang impairment as to the legitimate. Yung makukuha na share ay no impairment with respect to the legitimate of the legitimate children. So kung makakakuha ang illegitimate na anak ng 200,000 pesos from the 1.2 million na ari-arian nung namatay na tatay nila, doblehin mo yan. Yan ang makukuha nung legitimate na anak. So kung 200,000 multiplied by 2, 400,000 sa isang legitimate. So kung dalawa ang legitimate na anak nung namatay at dalawa ang illegitimate na anak nung namatay, 200,000 sa isang illegitimate, 200,000 sa isang illegitimate, that would be 400,000. E doblehin mo ang makukuha ng legitimate sa nakuha ng isang illegitimate. Magkano ang double ng 200,000 is 400,000 pesos. So 400,000 kay isang illegitimate, 400,000 sa isang legitimate, that would 800,000 pesos. Plus, itong nakuha na 400,000 ng dalawang illegitimate. That would constitute the estate amounting to 1,200,000 pesos and no impairment as to the legitimate of the legitimate children. Pero paano kung merong impairment sa legitimate of the legitimate children? Okay? So kung meron, ang formula na gagamitin natin ay, is yung hindi mai-impair yung legitimate na anak. Kasi kung i-apply natin yung formula kanina na kung anong makukuha ng illegitimate, doblehin mo sa makukuha ni legitimate. E paano kung ang estate nung namatay ay 9 million? Di magkakaroon dyan ng impairment sa legitimate na anak. So hindi natin i-apply yung formula na yon. Ang paghahati-hatian nila ay hatiin yung estate na 9 million. So yung first 50% ay sa legitimate na anak. And the rest of 4.5 million ay paghahatian ng tatlong illegitimate na anak, which is 1.5 million each and every illegitimate na anak. And that formula would not impair the legitimate of the legitimate child. Kaya napaka-importante na ma-determine mo kung legitimate ba yung successor or illegitimate. Kasi since the start ng ating video sa persons and family relations, di ba? Tinalakay natin doon ang importance ng legitimate at illegitimate na anak. Kasi nasabi ko doon sa ating video no, na unang mga videos pa natin, napakalaking aspeto ng pagiging legitimate ng anak at pagiging illegitimate nito. Pati sa custody of the child. In custody of the child, kapag illegitimate na anak yan ng lalaki, ang custody number 1 sa mother. Kung wala sa mother, magkakaroon tayo ng or special sub-parental authority. And it does not always go to the father. Lalong-lalo na kapag illegitimate yung bata. Sa custody yan. Ngayon, sa succession, ang laki na naman ng ginagawang problema ng illegitimate at legitimate. So, ganun ang paghati-hati ng ari-arian kapag illegitimate at legitimate. Paano kung meron pa yung nanay or yung surviving spouse nung namatay? May concurring with the surviving spouse and illegitimate children. Of course, parehas na rule ang mag-a-apply ng in-apply natin kanina. Ngayon, kung yung namatay ay 8 million ang kanyang halaga ng kanyang ari-arian, buhay ang kanyang asawa, dalawang legitimate na anak, at dalawa ring na illegitimate na anak. Okay? So, the formula is doble, no? Double the shares. Ngayon, the share of each illegitimate child shall be 1 million. Yung asawa naman na buhay is 2 million. Kung dodoblihin mo yan, 8 million yung halaga ng ari-arian. Dalawa sila dalawang illegitimate, dalawang legitimate. Si dalawang legitimate makakakuha ng 2 million. Ganon din yung asawa nung namatay, 2 million. So 6 million na siya. Yung dalawang illegitimate makakakuha ng tig 1 million. So total of 8 million. You double the share of the illegitimate para hindi ma-impair ang legitimate na anak. Ganun po yung rule. Kung walang impairment sa legitimate na anak. Rule of proximity po, hanapin po natin kung saan pong degree pinakamalapit yung mga magmamana. Meron po kasi tayong tinatawag na by representation sa rule of proximity. So sa by representation, meron tayong iaangat na paparehas sa degree ng mga magmamana, mga sasalo ng ari-arian. Kunwari po, si A, tatlo ang anak ni A, namatay ngayon si B, ang anak ni A, B, C, D. Namatay ngayon si B. So, meron lang natitirang tagapagmana sana ay si C at saka si D. Pero si B kasi may anak. Siya si E. Iaangat natin by representation si E. Sa degree, meron si C at saka si D. Kasi patay na si B. Pero kung buhay lang sana si B, may mamanahin siya. Pero dahil namatay siya, pero meron siyang anak, siya si E, iaangat natin ng degree parehas kay C at D para i-represent ang namatay na si B. Unless, hindi nag-repudiate at hindi illegitimate na anak si B or hindi adopted. Or hindi siya nag-repudiate ng kanyang mamanahin. Kasi, an illegitimate cannot be represented. Illegitimate child cannot be represented. Adopted na anak, kunwari, inadapt lang po itong si B, pero may anak siya, si E. Namatay po itong si B na nag-adapt kay E. Si E, hindi niya pwedeng i-represent ito. Napapantay sa degree ng uncle niyang si C at saka si D. Bakit? Ang rason po dyan ay adopted po siya. Okay? Kapag sinabi po natin adopted, the relationship between the adopter and adoptee is personal in character hanggang sa kanila lang. The adoptee cannot inherit from the relatives of the adopter. Limited lang po sila sa kanilang dalawa. Hindi pwedeng magmana si adoptee sa relatives ni adopter. Ganon din po si adopter, hindi siya pwedeng, pag namatay itong inampon niya, hindi siya pwedeng magmana sa relatives ni adoptee. Representation is not allowed when the heir repudiates yung share niya, when the heir is an illegitimate, and when the heir is an adopted or an adopted child to represent. Hindi po sila pwede. Yan po yung tinatawag na barrier rule. Yan po yung barrier rule. Ngayon, yung barrier rule po yan sa illegitimate na hindi pwedeng mag-inherit ab intestato sa ari-arian ng legitimate na anak at kamag-anak. Ay hindi po applicable po yan sa succession na intestate. Kasi sa will, hindi po yan applicable yung barrier rule. Kasi pwede po yung bigyan ng mana kahit illegitimate siya. Yung tinutukoy kong illegitimate dito guys is, kunwari si A namatay, may 3 anak, B, C, and D. Itong si B, meron siyang illegitimate na anak. Namatay ngayon itong si B, illegitimate siya. So hindi siya pwedeng mag-represent kay B because of illegitimacy. They are prohibited under the barrier rule. Rule number 4, in the absence of legitimate children or descendants, the legitimate parents and ascendants shall inherit. They are in the second order of succession. Kung wala naman sila, in the absence of legitimate descendants and ascendants, the illegitimate children shall inherit the entire estate of the deceased. Kung wala siyang asawa, or kung meron siyang asawa, magmamana yung asawa niya. Together with, of course, the illegitimate children of noong namatay. Kung walang legitimate descendants and ascendants, walang illegitimate na anak, or anak ng mga illegitimate na anak, the surviving spouse shall inherit the entire estate without prejudice to the rights of in the collateral line, no? Sa brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces, should there be any. Ang magmamana dyan, the surviving spouse. In the absence of legitimate descendants and ascendants and illegitimate children and their descendants, whether legitimate or illegitimate, the surviving spouse shall inherit the entire estate without prejudice to the rights of brothers and sisters, nephews and nieces of the deceased spouse. Rule number 7, ito na yung mga inaabangan ng mga kamag-anak ng namatay. Kapag walang descendants, ascendants, illegitimate na mga anak, wala na rin siyang asawa kasi predeceased siya ng asawa niya, mas unang namatay. The brothers and sisters and nephews and nieces shall succeed the entire estate of the deceased nung namatay. Okay? So, all other collateral relatives shall be excluded. So kung matatandaan nyo, nagbilang tayo kanina kung paano magbilang ng degrees of generation. So kasi in rule number 8, kapag wala pa rin sa rule number 1 hanggang rule number 7, punta tayo ng rule number 8, kapag walang descendants, ascendants, walang illegitimate na anak, wala rin in their descendants, wala rin siyang surviving spouse, wala siyang asawa, wala rin ang mga kamag-anak niya, wala rin yung mga kapatid niya, wala yung brother niya, wala yung sister niya, nephews and nieces. Okay, the other collateral relatives shall succeed to the estate, pero only up to the 5th civil degree. In the collateral line, the right to inherit in the intestate succession shall not extend beyond the 5th degree of relationship from the decedent sa namatay hanggang 5th civil degree lang. In default, kung wala lahat talaga, walang tagapagmana, wala siyang relative, Kung wala talaga siyang tagapagmana, then kukunin ng estado ang ari-arian nung namatay. Kasi wala naman na rule of proximity, wala na rin yung up to 5th civil degree na magmamana. So, ang mangyayari diyan is ES cheat proceeding yan ng gobyerno. And the state will succeed to the state of the deceased. Yun ang rules. Huling-huli si estado na magmana sa ari-arian ng namatay na wala nang kamag-anak hanggang sa 5th civil degree of relationship. So that is the rule in intestate or legal succession. Okay? So, thank you so much for watching this short video. Kung gusto po ninyong manood, marami pa pong available videos yan sa aking playlist. Just feel free to watch them. Like, share, and of course, please don't forget to subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. And thank you guys. See you again on our next video. Ingat po kayo.